What's up, guys? Let's learn some Melodyne. Today, we're going to dive into this algorithm tab. And I just want to rip through a couple examples to show you some things that I'm doing in Melodyne that are not just vocal tuning. This first one I probably use the most. Say you have an audio recording of a piano or a sample you really like, but you want to change the key or move some of the notes inside of the chord. This is how you do that. And the only way you can do this in another DAW is by turning it into MIDI, but then you're going to have a completely different sound. So, really cool. You're going to switch your algorithm to polyphonic. Here we have a major C. And we can see the E is what makes this major. Now we have a C minor. So I don't think I need to explain how useful this is. It's very obvious. Get really creative with this and completely change the notes of your chord, make different chords entirely while using the original audio sound. This is something I'm using all the time. I love turning people onto this. It's probably one of the coolest features that Melodyne has. Very cool. Next, tune your violins. Honestly, they're a beautiful sounding instrument, but they're often so pitchy. This one's probably a little extra pitchy, but they all need to be tuned. Tune them. Yeah, that's really, really bad. After. Much better. The other thing I do with a violin, guitar, piano, vocals, sometimes if I am already in Melodyne and I just know that I want to extend a note slightly, sets up the same way warp mode does in Pro Tools. If you're familiar with that, select the main tool here. You can option click to remove these warp markers or command click to add them. Once you see this tool here, grab it and you can move it, or you grab it and you hold option if you want to just kind of move it smoothly like that. Next, tune your bass guitars. They often need it. Before. After. Makes a difference. Next, doing any sort of transposing you can do in any DAW. And at this point, they all sound pretty good. The big thing to pay attention to is if you're moving it more than 3 or 4 semitones and it has a little reverb tail, like this does, you're going to hear a warble. It's going to start to sound a little funny. I feel like Ableton's really good with this. With the complex pro mode, you kind of get up to 4 or 5, maybe 6. Once again, to me, personal preference, Melodyne's algorithm, it's a home run. Algorithm, universal mode. We're already up an octave. Just a little side note, good to use. Drums. And quantize. I'm in percussive mode at 105 BPM. You can set your time grid, whatever you want. Quantize time macro. See. Put it right on the grid. I personally do this in Pro Tools or Ableton just because I'm a little more used to doing this there, but all the same, do with this what you will. All right, last cool little feature. Kind of the same concept I went over with the snare key. If you ever want to do any transposing beyond just a few semitones, I just bring it into Melodyne.
Well, living here is hard. Painted over cracks and it's hard. Painted over cracks in the floor.
So yeah, that's it, guys. Let me know in the comments if you use this for anything else. I'd really be interested to hear. And I hope this video is helpful. Quote the late, great Ron Burgundy.
Don't just have a great night. Have an American night.